Welcome to the Ironworth Trading Show. Ironworth Trading Show. I'm your host, Coach Price. Welcome to the Ironworth Trading Show. I'm your host, Coach Price. Unstable connection. Here we go with this bullshit. Let me see if I can figure something out about. Peaches, what up? Hey, what up? Welcome to the Ironworth Trading class. How y'all doing? Good, that's what's up. Did you trade any this week already? D, what up? What up, D? Thank you for the heart meet. I appreciate you for coming right on in, doing exactly what I need you to do, sending that heart meet. Thank you so much. Thank you. So tonight, I'm not going to do that shit that I do where people say a bunch of confusing shit. Y'all know how I get down. I'm going to make it simple, right? We need to understand what's going on in the market. Some of us never even started investing before, right? You may not know how to invest long term. You might not know how to invest or trade short term. Maybe you don't know how to build a real financial life outside of trading, but that's what we do here at Ironworth, because I'm not here to teach you casino trading. I'm here to teach you finance, okay? Financial literacy. And that means protection, investing, debt strategy, right? You might be in debt. How the fuck can you trade or invest if you're in debt? Credit strategy, okay? Some of y'all not even leveraging credit like you're supposed to be, and using trading as a tool, but not as your whole plan. So if you brand new here, hit the follow button, type beginner in the chat. Maybe if you're a beginner, if you're not a beginner, but you new here to my live, please hit the follow button. If you already invested, but you new to trading, type investor. I want to see who all we got in here tonight. She said, no, I've not had success lately, so I'm chilling. Makes sense. Makes sense. Long as you go back and look at why you didn't have success. Sometimes it's smart to go back and look at all the trades that you so-called wasn't having success on, because guess what? That's where you find the success at, by paying attention to the mistakes that you made, not making them again, looking at what worked, repeating that process. So sometimes there is success in, not having success. You feel me? Make sense? So y'all give me a second. I want to see who's in the room. You guys go ahead and let me know. I keep a journal, making bad judgments. Okay, well, we're not gonna do that, Peaches, no more. I'm glad you know. You feel me? Amen. I'm glad you know. Because once you know, you can do something about it. You feel me? Who else in the chat? Where y'all listening in from? Let me see what city and state are y'all listening in from tonight. Well, who we got in the building? Let's take a second to see who we got in the building. Y'all do me a favor. While I'm yapping, I need y'all tapping. The algorithm ain't gonna do shit for me if I'm at 0 likes. We got Fayetteville, North Carolina in the motherfucking building. That's what I'm talking about. What's North Carolina? Who else we got in the building? Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. It says more likes can attract viewers, so please keep it up. Atlanta, Georgia in the building. So when y'all tap the screen, that's what you're doing. You are helping me pump my live out, and you're doing me one and I'm doing you one. So I appreciate it. We're going to each one teach one, right? Iron sharpens iron here at Ironworth Trading. So pretty much tonight, I'm going to use one rule all night. I will not assume that you know anything, right? So don't think that I'm speaking to you in a condescending manner. I just won't assume that you know anything. I'm going to explain every word like you hearing it for the first time. I'm going to keep repeating some of the important parts, because repetition is how beginners win, okay? Somebody said, how about have them join the live? Nah. How about not? Intent signal. Maybe. I don't know. It depends. Who do you want me to have join the live? right? We don't want to turn this into that type of show, right? Let me see. Let me turn my let me get my let me get my shit together real quick. All right. So this is education. This is not personal finance, okay? You would need to do some inboxing or some DMing on a personal level for that to happen. I'm not telling you to buy or sell any specific thing tonight. I'm teaching principles, right? Frameworks and safe habits. So if you're looking for somebody to give you fish, you in the wrong spot. I'm here to teach you how to fish, okay? So tonight's headlines that I'm gonna be talking about, this is where people usually get confused and shit, but I make it simple. We're gonna talk about how gold hit their record highs. That's right, gold is at an all-time high. Spot gold reached around $4,442. Okay. And the futures was around 4,469, I think. And some pricing sources are showing an all-time high around damn near $4,500 this month. So gold, it's just safe to say gold hit about $4,500. This is an all-time high for gold. Meanwhile, silver and copper is still at a super affordable level for you to trade at and get in before it too goes to that. Maybe one day it'll be over where you think it's not now. But in the route that technology is going, it is going to make copper and silver high commodities as well. Okay. Thank you for the heart me. Whoever sent me that heart me, I appreciate you so much, love. Thank you so much. Good looking out, beloved. All right. So I just wanted to talk about gold for a second. For those that don't know, it is kind of hard to trade gold when you're in the United States. They got it regulated, or some of these platforms is not regulated to trade. So we trade futures. That's what I trade. Or I trade gold ETFs, right? But for the most part, I like to trade the micro gold contracts. All right. So, or just basically regular gold contracts. Same thing with copper, same thing with silver. What up? Love Beyond Desire. Long time no see. What's happening? You know what they say about the ones from the SIP? The ones from the SIP, they got that grip. So Novo, how many of y'all know about Novo Nordisk? Novo Nordisk, they got approval for a new version of Wegovy. For those that don't know, some of y'all need to know. This is a weight loss pill, okay? I'm just playing. No, for real, this is a weight loss pill that they got. I think if I'm not mistaken, they own Ozempic too, okay? So Novo is the company that owns Ozempic. They said they just got approval for this oral GLP-1 pill, and they say that the United States launch is expected early January 2026. Y'all know what that means, right? Y'all know what that could mean for Novo? First of all, Novo was trading at about $40 for the longest. I was telling them, love, I've been coming here saying this shit. This stock got a lot of potential to the upside. Right now, the healthcare sector was taking a hit like over the past 2 months. I'm going to say right now, but yeah, Daz, you got it right. That's right, Daz. That's right. Because, we going through this quarter now, but by the time the next quarter come, I feel like they're going to have good earnings or whatnot. Pfizer is also another good company that's been taking a beating and just people been overlooking it and shit. But then y'all will wait for it to rally and then you want to get in on the stock when it's starting to rally and shit. You feel me? We don't want to do that. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So I was looking at gold. I was looking at Novo. Let's see what else we got for y'all. The Feds, we got some news from the Feds too. Hold on. So the Feds is doing a $6.8 billion repo operation as part of the year-end liquidity management. And people are trying to turn this shit into a conspiracy when it's really just they plumbing the market. They are plumbing the market. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. We also got Google. They got Alphabet is buying Intersect for $4.75 billion to secure power for AI data centers. And Warner Brothers Discovery is in a takeover war when Larry Ellison personally guaranteed $40 billion to support one side of the bid. That's right. He is going to support one side of the bid. So that's for all of those that's been looking at Netflix, that's something to take into consideration. All right. Hold on. It's so many AI data centers. It's a takeover. That's right. Yes, you are correct. So where is the money flowing right now? She said so many AI data centers. That's right. Now, the easiest way to really understand this market that we in every day, every week, every month, you got to ask yourself these questions, right? One question you want to ask is, where is the money flowing right now? Is it flowing into safety stocks? Is it is it going into crypto? Is it flowing into risk, right? Is it flowing into big stable companies, or is it in aggressive growth? You need to figure out where the money is flowing. If you're not paying attention to that, you just, you just flowing upstream. You don't even got no control. You don't got no paddle, no boat. You just gonna go with the flow. You don't really know what the fuck going on though. Question 2, what is the market afraid of right now? Is it afraid of earnings? Is it afraid of rates? Right? Is it a recession? Is it afraid of war? The market always got some type of fucking fear built in it. Your job is not to be fearless, but you need to identify the fear. Right? Now we need to pay attention to what is the next calendar event that could change everything. We always pay attention to the events. We call them calendar events because some shit could pop off that could move the whole market. That could be earnings season. That could be the Fed meetings. It could be guidance, whatever. It could be a big company report. The market moves when information changes, ladies and gentlemen. If you only remember 3 things from tonight, just remember them 3 questions. Where the money is flowing, what is everybody afraid of right now, and the calendar events. That's it. Okay? Type 3 in the chat if you can remember that. All right, Nikki, what up? What's happening? I'm glad you came to class tonight. Glad to see you back in class. Merry Xmas to all you Christmassy prig people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know I'm Coach Price Scrooge, but I ain't gonna bring that Scrooge energy in there tonight. We're gonna bring wealth and abundance because the Christmas rally has begun damn near. People call it a Santa rally, but the simplest explanation, right? Around the end of the year, this is statistically and historically speaking, a lot of big investors do they selling real early. They sell their shit real early, right? So they rebalance their portfolios, and by late December, you can get little periods where the market stabilizes and then it'll drift upwards because the selling pressure calms down, and then we start feeling good about, the economy. The optimism comes back. But hear me out though. Just because they talking about it's going to be a rally don't mean that you don't got shit to worry about. No, a rally could happen and then it still could be a lot of risk. A rally just mean that the buyers are going to win, right? Today. That's all. That's all they mean. Now, I mentioned something important. Over the last couple of days, big major stocks stopped accelerating down even when the index was shaky. Let me say this again for the people in the back. Sometimes the overall market is going to look weak, but the strongest companies will stop falling. That's what I, call stabilization. It's a stabilization signal because it means the panic selling, they ain't selling on the panic side no more. That shit slow down. So think of it like when you fighting somebody, right? Maybe you ain't never been in a fight. Think of it like a fight though. When somebody is losing a fight, they fall faster and faster, literally. And then when they finally start catching their breath and the fall and slow down, it don't mean they won. It just means the worst part of the fight is over. That's stabilization. You catch your breath. When you see stabilization, you don't scream, okay, we got a new bull market, right? You just keep in mind that the selling pressure might be fading away, but we might enter a rebound window. So I also was letting y'all know that I believe that there is a potential buying window between now and January 15th. So after that earnings season that come around, this shit could bring volatility again. I want to teach this carefully. We don't teach beginners to predict exact dates like fucking magic. I need you guys to understand that certain times of the year tend to change behavior. Late December and early January is one of them times of the year. This shit can have a different feel in the market. But earnings season is a known volatility period because companies start talking. They start opening their mouth. We get to know what's going on for real. Right? Now, this rally may continue, what we in right now, and the sentiment could improve even more, but the earnings season also could bring bigger swings. So we will manage risk and we will not overcommit. All right? We're not finna overcommit. What do I mean by that? Don't bet the fucking house on it. Don't think just because it's a, so-called Santa Claus rally that you could just go ahead and bet the house on it. If you're a beginner, your goal is not to trade this Santa Claus rally, whatever the fuck they call it. It's not to trade this shit perfectly. You just need to build a habit and stop being scared of the market. Don't focus on what everybody else talking about. If you're a beginner trader, your goal is not to catch every move. Your goal is to learn risk control so you can survive long enough to get good. See what I'm saying? You're a survivor. Now, this part right here gonna change lives. This part is going to change your life. Market timing. Market timing, ladies and gentlemen. Market timing. This is when people try to jump in and out perfectly. Have you ever tried to jump in and out of a trade perfectly? Right? Or invest at the right time or get out of an investment at the right time? Most people fail at this. Not because it is impossible, though. Just, it's not impossible to ever time anything. Some of us can be snipers, but because human time shit with emotions, that's the only part. That's the problem. So it's time in the market, not time in the market. No, a lot of mode. It's actually the other way around. It's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market. But this is what most people do. They wait and wait and wait. They do not invest when prices are boring. This is what I'm talking about. Then the market run up on their ass and now they feel safe, right? Now they feel excited. Now they buy. Then the market pull back and they feel stupid and scared and they sell. Then the market recovers and now they feel angry and confused. That cycle alone is how people stay brokies. So what's the solution? Coach Price giving it out right now for free 99. All you got to do is pay attention and spend some time. The solution is not be a genius. That's the solution. The solution is a system. The simplest system is this. You build a long-term investing plan, right? Where the money goes in automatically, consistently, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. You do not need a perfect entry this way. Dollar cost average is the way on some Mandalorian shit. You need consistency. Consistency beats the timing that people try to have with the stock options and futures and shit. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. 90% of the stock options I'm going to say it this way. 90% of those calls and puts expire worthless and they don't be exercising them. And then on the flip side of that, the people that's, collecting the premiums, they are the ones who have a 90% chance of profit. This is facts. Don't believe me? Look it up. Don't believe me? Just watch. No, for real. Look it up. Now I'm going to say it again, right? You don't build wealth by being right one time. You build wealth by repeatedly investing over time and letting the compounding do the work for you. What is compound interest, ladies and gentlemen? Can anybody in the chat tell me what's compound interest? I'll wait. Who knows what is compound interest? Because if you know what is compound interest, you're going to be paid compound interest. If you don't know what's compound interest, you're going to end up paying compound interest if you don't understand it. You listen, when you have to pay compound interest, lotto mode, when you borrow some money from something like a credit card or whatever, and you have to pay them back more money than what you borrowed, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't understand compound interest. So more time go by, and the more time that go by, your interest compounds. So that means you owe more on top of more, and the money that you owe starts to owe money. When you understand compound interest, you receiving money, right? This is how you make money with compound interest. Your money makes money for you, okay? And then the money that your money made for you, that money makes money too for you. And it's just a cycle, a money machine that just continues to make money for you, okay? Interest being paid daily on the current interest. Interest on interest, racks on racks, snowballing. Y'all don't want a piece of that? Yeah, it go both ways because it can come out your pocket if you don't understand how this shit works. You're going to end up paying compound interest because you're not investing. That's the whole purpose of the conversation. Compounding means your money grows and then the growth grows. Like someone in the chat says, like a snowball rolling downhill, but the snowball only works if it keeps rolling. If you keep stopping it because you got scared, it never becomes big. Some of y'all never even formed the damn snowball. And I'm just here snowing, right? We snowing tonight. So it's there for you to do. You can do it. You got the information, right? You just need to put this shit together. So if you want to trade short term, fine. But your long term future should not depend on your ability to guess what the fuck is happening tomorrow. Your long term future should depend on a consistent system. Are you clear? Are we clear? Are we clear? Right? Are we clear? Do y'all got the spirit to hear it and the mind to clear it? Are we clear? Tenfold. Okay, good. That's all I need to know. Tenfold, that's all I need to know. Good, Nikki. You know, I can't go forward till y'all let me know, you feel me? So, and love, appreciate you for coming through and liking the live, you know. I'm super, super appreciative because I need it. While I'm yapping, I need y'all tapping. It pushes the live out to a larger audience, and that's what we need. I need to help as many people as possible so that when because in about 30 minutes, let me tell y'all what they're going to do. They're going to come in, and then they're going to want me to repeat everything I done already said. It's not happening. It is not happening. All right, so I'm going to ask y'all a question. How many people in here ever bought something after it already ran up and then you got caught in a pullback? Put me in the chat if that's you. It ain't no shame. It's normal. We're going to fix that. I just want to replace the emotion with some type of structure. You're going to get in the trade and it go back on the opposite direction on you. We're not going to do that no more. We're going to fix that tonight. So this is the plan that I teach my students, right? I call it core and satellite. Your core is your long-term investing. Okay? Your core is your long-term investing. This is the part that builds wealth slowly but surely. That's what my grandma used to say, slowly but surely. This the part that builds wealth slowly but surely. The other shit is not slowly but surely. You want that fast money, but it ain't. Hey, listen, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, sure. Scared money don't make no money, sure. But your core, your long-term investing is boring on purpose. It is meant to work even if you never become a great trader. Do y'all hear me? It is going to work even if you never become a great trader. So y'all want to rely on yourself becoming a great trader. Okay. So look, your satellite is your smaller skill. This is your smaller skill account for trading or tactical moves. This is the part, notice I said smaller. This is the part where you practice short-term entries, but you keep the shit small so that you don't blow up your life. Some of y'all 90% trading, 10% investing. So if you knew, I want you to know that your core should be the main thing because you don't want to gamble your future on a skill that you have not mastered yet. Are we clear? Are we clear? When I ask you, are we clear? I want to know if we got clarity. Makes sense. Okay. So I'm not telling you exactly, what to buy. I'm telling you the behavior. The behavior is invest consistently. It don't matter. I ain't gonna say it don't matter what you invest in. It does. But we're not talking about what to invest in right now. You need to develop the behavior, right? Invest consistently. Don't try to guess every day. Don't go all in. Don't go all out. Just keep showing up for yourself and for your future self. And then promise this shit to yourself if you're a beginner. And I keep saying if you're a beginner, but really, it don't matter how far along you is in your journey. You never too late to get your shit together. If you build the core first, the long-term investing, the part that builds wealth slowly, that's boring on purpose, that's meant to work for you even if you never become a great trader. If you build that first, you will feel less pressure to win big in trading. And that alone will make you a better trader. You just don't know it yet because you won't be fucking desperate no more. Now type clear if you overstand and understand. Matter of fact, type core. Whatever the fuck you want to type, just let me know you get what I'm saying. Now we're going to go into some news and shit because I just was telling y'all about how the Feds is injecting about $7 billion into the economy. What's going on? We got some clears. Bitcoin, Nvidia, and Solana, my main dish. Yeah, but just do it consistently. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all. They got it. But yeah, the Feds. Let's hit the Feds headline. People saying that the Feds is injecting about $7 billion into the markets 9 a.m. to ease the end of the year cash crunch. So this is being reported as a repo operation. All right, this is not the Feds buying stocks, ladies and gentlemen. This is them doing plumbing. So a repo is basically a very short-term loan. The banks and the institutions give the Fed safe collateral like treasuries, and the Fed provides cash temporarily, and then it reverses. That's why this shit is called a repurchase agreement. It's like saying, I'm going to hold your collateral overnight, I'm going to give you cash, and then we're going to swap it back. So why do they do this shit at the end of the year? Because at the end of the year, this can create short-term funding stress, usually, just at the end of the year alone. Because people got Christmas shopping and shit, and people settle trades, institutions manage balance sheets, money markets can get tight. The Fed don't want plumbing to clog. So basically, imagine the economy as a shopping mall. On a normal day, you got normal motherfuckers going back and forth, right? But then holiday season, it get packed. And if the doors get stuck, the crowds, we act stupid. Repo operations help keep the doors from getting stuck. No liquidity, then we got a problem. Now, does liquidity matter? Yes. When liquidity is smoother, right, then the risk assets can feel better. But I need you to understand this. Repo does not guarantee that the market goes up. It just reduces the odds of a short-term funding problem. So when you hear somebody say, you know what happens next, you should replace that with this shit can support stability, but other risks still exist in the market. Don't think we just finna go straight up. Just because it's supposed to be a Christmas rally. Yeah, smoother liquidity into the end of the year can support stability, but I mean, I ain't bullish yet. But that's just one reason why the markets can behave better into holidays. And then you got earnings season on the way. And earnings season ain't really plumbing. That's judgment day for companies. It's a different story. Yeah, that's a different story. Now, somebody talked about gold and Bitcoin in the chat. Gold hit record highs December 22nd, right? About $4,500 damn near. When gold is doing that, it's usually one thing. People want safety. They are scared of what's about to happen. They want something that feels stable when the world feels uncertain. Can y'all imagine that? Y'all know people like shit. I know gold ain't gonna do too much bad, right? So it's a safe asset for them. Now, Bitcoin has been more fragile recently. We didn't talk about crypto, and talked about how sensitive it can be whenever we don't know what the hell going on in the market. Gold is leading, right? But when gold leading is usually a defensive signal. Bitcoin leading is usually a risk on signal. Not always, but often. What do I mean by defensive? If people are protecting their money, they are not gambling it. So if gold is screaming, I'm going up, right? We going up right now. A smart investor, beginner, right? A smart trader does not say everything is safe now, right? Instead, if you smart, you're going to say, okay, part of the market is still cautious, which means I need to, I'm going to invest with the plan. And if I trade, I'm going to control how much I'm trading. Now, I'm going to make this simple for y'all so you don't get confused. If you knew, you don't need to choose a side. You just need to, pay attention. You don't need to argue gold is old or Bitcoin is the future. That's not your fucking job. You only got one job. You need to read the room. Gold going the fuck up is telling you that there is fear and safety demand. Safety demand, a demand for safety in the system. That's it. It's feeling like it a little bit. Not necessarily a rug pull, but man, they trying to help some shit out. It ain't a bad situation. They trying, like I said, it's plumbing. When some shit is clogged up, shit don't flow. But I'm talking about gold, you feel me? And paying attention to whenever it's going up, that's people are, scared, really. And then the solar stocks. Y'all know we've been talking about solar stocks. Because we thought that, solar energy was out because of, it wasn't doing too well. But yeah, they actually just had a leg up. Let me see. All of them was green last time I checked. So if you got some solar stocks in your portfolio, it look like this right now. Let me see where it's at. Yeah, here we go. When a whole group move, right? CSIQ, RUN, ARRY. We got SEDG, which was getting his ass whooped for a while. Now, it usually means that money is flowing into the whole thing. And you can see those stocks had a major intraday move today or yesterday. I want y'all to stop doing something. Stop looking at one stock thinking it's random. Like, the market is like a school of fish. Keep this in mind. Stop looking at one stock like thinking that one stock went up. Do y'all know what a school of fish is? Y'all seen Finding Nemo and shit. Don't act like you don't know what a school of fish is. When the fish all swim together, it's not random, right? And they all flowing together. So what makes solar stocks move as a group? Sometimes it's rates. Sometimes it's policy. Sometimes it's rotation. So when it's rates, we got solar projects and financing. That shit usually make the stocks move because of interest rates. Lower rates can help the solar panel stocks or the solar energy stocks. Sometimes it's policy. The rules, when rules change, they make them go up. Sometimes it's rotation. When money moves from one sector or one theme to another because us as investors, we feel like the next thing is hot. So what do you do as a beginner? You don't chase the top of a green candle because you got excited. You do this instead. You want to build a watch list. You're going to pay attention to the leaders. You're going to wait for a pullback or a clean setup, and you're going to respect the risk. You're not going all in ever. Ever. When you see a whole theme up or down, it's informational. Like, it's going to tell you where the attention is going. They do not tell you to gamble, though. They don't tell you to gamble. What up, Veronique? Excuse me, how you been? Yeah, following Nancy Pelosi has helped a lot of people, no doubt. We was also just talking about Novo. All right, and I know all my people know I didn't put this on a lot of people's watch list, right? When it was $40, $47, $30 actually, but I've watched it grow. I've watched it come back down, watched them go through a lawsuit. And here when it's been at this buying level and it just broke above that level, I like Novo. This is a company that just announced that they little Wegovy pill. This is an oral GLP-1 for weight management. This was approved in the United States, and they said that they expect to launch January 2026. This is a new way to deliver a weight loss pill or a weight loss drug. A pill can be easier for people than injections, right? This is for educational purposes only, TikTok. So easier delivery method can mean that a lot more people gonna use it. More people using it, more users can mean that they got more revenue. That's why we give a fuck about this information. So I'm going to teach you the difference between good news and a good trade. Good news can come out and the stock can still drop if the market already expected it. Good news can come out and the stock can go the fuck up, but then go right the fuck back down if we take profit. So what do? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. We plan. If a stock gonna gap up on some news, I want to wait for the market to show me the new price range. I'm gonna let the first 15 to 30 minutes settle down. I'm gonna let the smoke clear, and I'm gonna see where the buyers are defending the levels at, right? I'm gonna set a risk point, and I do not jump in just because I'm excited. For investing though, the lesson is a little different. What price can Novo reach? Well, you Sanchez family, you want to look back and you look at the year-to-date chart. You want to even look at the 5-year chart if you want to just see what is the highest level it has been in the past 5 years. But, for now, the next level of resistance seems to be at $57. And then we got more up at $60 and $62 being the all-time high for, that says September 15th. So this is like 3 months of time, 3 to 4 months of time. Still a good price. Yeah, I like this company because America is the #1 big bag company in the world, Craig. You feel me? But yeah, you still want to think about competition when you investing, right? Because there's a long-term story to confirm here. So you want to think about competition, pricing, production, long-term demand. You invest with time. You do not invest with emotions, right? Trading is about, not predictability, probability. So, timing and risk. Investing is about patience and consistency. It's the same stock market, but a different mindset. Different mindset. Yeah, we got Alphabet, right? This is one of the most important stories for the next 10 years. But I'm going to make it simple. Google is buying Intersect in a deal reported at $4.75 billion to strengthen energy infrastructure for data centers and AI. AI uses a shit ton of electricity, ladies and gentlemen. Data centers uses a lot of electricity. The power grid is not unlimited. Let me see if I missed a comment. So there's a difference between investors and traders. Yes. A lot of money mode. You asked the right question. And here at Ironworth Trading, I promote you to become an investor overall. Overall. It's cool to be a trader, but it is wrong, outright wrong and absurd to be a trader, but not an investor. And you think you're going to have some type of success. Not saying it's impossible, but to go at it with that mindset is going to screw more people than it's going to help. If you just focus on the corner satellite strategy I just told you, which is where you invest first and trade the rest. But invest for yourself in the future and whatnot, that's better than trading will ever be. Yes, you can make money trading. Yes, you can get 100 contracts. 100 shares in one contract. and make a lot of money with trading stock options. Sure, you can make a lot of money trading futures. Some of y'all do very well trading stock options and futures and don't invest like you don't invest the gains. That's crazy. The money you make, you should be reinvesting the money. Like with some type of ownership in mind though. Not going, if you go back and trade again, you can give it back to the market. The market never took anything from you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the market never took anything from you. You gave it to the market. You gave it to them. You could have got out. You did not have to stay in that losing position, but instead you rode it. You rode it into the sunset. You rode it until the wheels fell off. Yes, you did. But yeah, AI uses a lot of electricity and this shit is not unlimited. So we got these big technology companies that's trying to secure power so that their growth don't get blocked. Because without the power, they can't grow. AI is not just a fucking app, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just a code. AI is the chips, the data centers, electricity, plus they got to find some type of way to cool this shit down and the infrastructure. So when Google buy an energy developer, they are thinking ahead. They saying we will not let power be the reason that we don't take the fuck off on y'all. Why do we care about this? Because you don't need to buy anything from what I'm telling you tonight. I just want you to know the value in understanding the direction of the world. Somebody asked me, do I recommend investing on Robinhood? I can't answer that question. I recommend doing your research. I recommend you go watch this movie called Dumb Money and see what happened during the GameStop era during COVID to the people that invested in GameStop on Robinhood, and the price of the stock went up and they wasn't able to sell. You feel me? It's called DUMB money, dumb money. And then the price went, and by the time they was able to sell, the price had went down. So I just don't trust them, but you know, you can if you want to. They've been around for a while. I don't think they going nowhere or nothing, you know. I think it's easy. You feel me? You liked it, Veronique? I think you watched it 2-3 times. Yeah, it's on, I remember now, Veronique. Where you been, Veronique? I forgot all about you for a second. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Forgot about you. Ain't that fucked up? I know, I'm sorry. I talked to a lot of people. It's a good movie, though. Go check it out. That's why I opened a cold wallet. Well, a cold wallet is dealing with crypto. Probably better off holding Hood. That's right, Cool Hand. Luke says you better off holding the stock than you are investing in stocks on the actual platform. Yes, you did, Veronique, because you are an awesome student. I didn't have to ask you to watch it more. All I did was say watch it. You watched that, and I think you watched The Big Short. Now I got a TV show I think you might like, but you might not though, because I think around the second or third season, I think it's only 2 or 3 seasons. It got a bit corny. It got Don Cheadle in it and Regina King, and it's called Black Friday. I think the first season though was absolutely hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, because it show you the type of corruption that go on in the stock market behind closed doors that you may not even be aware of, right? Just like the Wolf of Wall Street do. But go check out this a TV show. I forgot where the show on, but it's called Black Friday. Yeah, with Regina King and Don Cheadle in it. Yeah, I think it was hilarious. But yeah, I want y'all to understand the direction of the world. The direction is more so right now. More AI means that we got to deal with them spending more money for the infrastructure. More infrastructure spending means that it's going to be opportunities that come across in the energy area, the grid, the storage, the cooling, and the companies that supply all of these systems. That's the lesson. That's it. Direction. Y'all with me? Put a W in the chat if you understand. Thank you for liking the live. If y'all new here, hit the follow button. please do me a favor, share the live out to your story so that you can help someone else. Each one teach one. Don't be greedy. Don't be no gatekeeper. We're going to share the live out. We're going to talk about WB. Yeah, we're going to talk about WB. How many of y'all got some Netflix shares? Y'all watching Stranger Things and shit, but you don't own no Netflix shares. It's crazy. Watching Jake Paul get his ass knocked out on Netflix, but you don't own. What's your thoughts on Paramount trying to buy us out? We finna talk about that right now. You're about to hear my thoughts, pal. I'm about to talk about it right now. No, for real, I'm about to talk about it right now. Because y'all know Netflix was like $1,300 a share this year. They did the split. They dropped it down for the people who couldn't afford the shit. And now we still looking at it like it ain't worth investing in, okay? It's $90 a summer share, maybe, I think, still. Let's see. Let me look it up real quick before I go the line. Let me look it up. You ain't gotta lie, Sid. You ain't gotta lie. Hold on, let me see. I'll tell y'all what it is. So Netflix is trading at $93 right now. Still dropping. That's good. It's on discount. That means we still got it. We still getting it for a discount. When I see $93, I just know that bitch really $930. Now we're gonna switch gears and talk about this Warner Brothers takeover battle, because this is a finance lesson as well, hiding inside of a headline. Coach Price got y'all. I'm gonna teach y'all routers or routers. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Routers, pooters, whatever you want to call them. Reuters and AP reported that Larry Ellison personally guaranteed $40 billion to support Paramount, Skydance's bid to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, and that Paramount increased the breakup fee to $5 billion and extended the tender deadline to the 21st in 2026. Warner's board was worried that the money wasn't solid enough, so Ellison said, fine, I personally backstop it. This is going to show you something important. Whenever there's a big deal, the price is not the only thing that matters. What matters is certainty. The boards asked, can you actually pay? Will the regulators block you? If the deal failed, what's going to happen to us? That's why you see personal guarantees. That's why you see breakup fees. It's like a relationship. Somebody say, prove you serious. And the other person going to say, here's the proof. Now, how do we handle headlines like this? We handle them carefully. Shit like this can gap up and down off of news like that, right? And if you knew, you don't treat it like it's free money. You watch, you learn, you trade it. That's how we take that. Somebody said job loss. But with y'all know, first of all, do y'all know who, maybe y'all don't know, do y'all know who Larry Ellison is? Do y'all know who Larry Ellison is, ladies and gentlemen? He the CEO of Oracle. And he richer than Elon Musk. And do y'all know Oracle own damn near the data that come from TikTok? Oracle own a lot of shit that you don't even know they own. Don't get me started on Oracle. Y'all know. I think I did like a whole segue on Oracle about a week ago. I talked about Oracle till y'all was blue, till we was blue in the face. Right? We went over Intel that night. We went over NVIDIA that night. Y'all remember? Don't act like y'all don't remember. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie. Government contracts, every credit card transaction. Yeah, you already know a lot of money made. I ain't got to tell you. Somebody said I had a few shares of Oracle this year. That's because we smart. So the market can rebound whenever the selling pressure calm down, like what we got going on right now. Because we got to bring it back to my market view on how we can rally now, but there might be volatility later on. This shit could happen this week, maybe next week, or going into early January. But the earnings season is gonna start to ramp shit up, and earnings season gonna bring bigger swings because the company is gonna tell us what's going on, and they're gonna give us guidance of what they got going on with the company. Now we participate in the rebound, but we will not be reckless. If you are investing, your plan is not all in before January 15th. Do y'all understand? That's right. Next year is motherfucking up. A lot of money made. It's going to be a lot of money made. We're going to participate in the rebound. Like, if y'all plan is consistent contributions, only if you consistently contribute to this shit. I hope y'all got that message. Right? We're going to trade. We're going to make a lot of money. But overall, we buying. Everybody that's with Ironwork Trading going to be better off because we are doing the same shit, which is growing and developing, not going backwards, not giving them back what the fuck we just made. We not doing that this year coming up. And we getting the fuck out of losses. For now on, when y'all see me, celebrate your losses. Tell me how much you lost. Say, hey, coach, I only lost $34 today. That's a dub. Fuck is you talking about? And if you know the reason why you lost, even better. Even better. The thing, somebody says this is the fourth quarter. So by now, everything is dropping. Yeah. This the fourth quarter. And by now, think about this. I want you to think about this. Think about last year. And right around January or February, right around that time, we was in our all-time highs too. Who remember that? Who remember we was in our all-time highs right around that time, especially when Trump officially was in the office and shit. Then around January, February, we started to dip in February. I lost like $20,000 the drop this year. And guess what? A lot of money made. A lot of money mode. I've been saying your name wrong as fuck. A lot of money mode. It's all right. It's all right. You're going to make it back. Because you're never going to lose that much again. I cannot allow you to lose that much again. All right. So the first thing I'm going to say is, first of all, love, can you repin that comment for me? Veronique says she lost 13,000. So we going to fix this by never doing it again. Never. If y'all don't like losing money, you know what to do. Y'all know what to do. And I like seeing people who lost that much because I know what's in you. I know what's in you. If you losing that much, you're going to be making you're going to make that times 3, right? Times 3 is nothing really, but I'm just letting you know you're going to make that times 3 and then you're going to do different and do better with it. That's when you can see the tenfold. Should I look out for volume increases? Yes, you should, Matthew, and we're going to go over that in a second. You should. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Everybody give a big shout out to my lovely assistant, love. Love Beyond Desire and came in here a couple nights and helped me out, just made herself my assistant and shit. That's not my real official assistant, but she might as well be. Yeah, love, we breaking bread. We're going to get this money on. All right, so somebody just asked me, should they look out for volume? Yeah, hell yeah, you should. Yes, you should. If you trade and your plan is this, you want to have smaller size investing going into the earnings season. You want to take fewer trades and you need to have higher quality setups and no gambling. Do I need to say that again? Your plan is to not go all in before January 15th. You need to be consistently buying. If the market give you a discount, you keep buying. If the market run and go up, you keep buying. That's the system. If you trading, you want to make sure that you don't use a lot. Keep some money on the side for big opportunities, but you still want to have a smaller size going into earnings season. This is for educational purposes. This is not financial advice TikTok, okay? Fewer trades, higher quality setups, and no gambling. No gambling. Don't get a market back the money that it gave you. That's crazy work. All right. You recommend swing trade versus day trade? To be honest with you, Matthew, all I can say is I prefer to swing trade over day trading. But whenever I get that feeling, I like to day trade futures. And every now and then I'll do a 0 days to expiry contract or some contracts on the 0 DTE side. But I'll do that and I'll make sure that I take profits at 15 to 20%. Sometimes even 10%, because whenever you trade in 0 days to expired contracts, I say it to y'all all the time, you are picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. You do not have time to sit in a trade like you would if you when you trading, with a longer expiration date. Now, I mentioned TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor. And I talked about how they technology guidance. So a lot of y'all that's just getting started, you don't need to know every detail of TSMC, right? Taiwan Semiconductor. You don't need to know a lot about TSMC to understand why this matters. TSMC is a key part of the global chip supply chain. All right. A lot of people are viewing this as critical to the AI build out. So when TSMC give guidance, it can influence how the market in the totality feels about chips, how we feel about AI demand, and the spending that we putting into technology. For those that don't know, why do I keep saying guidance? Guidance is simply what the companies think will come next. It's what company thinks comes next. And the market trades the future more than it trades the past, ladies and gentlemen. What's the difference between bullish and bearish? Bullish is when you think the price is going up or when the price is going up. Bearish is when the price is going down or when you speculate that the price is going down. You're bearish. A bull will attack you in a upwards motion. A bear will attack you in a downwards motion. TSMC, I was saying TSMC was a great stock to buy back when it was under $100, and it shot the fuck up this year. It has done well for my portfolio, and I don't know how much more they can grow, but I won't take no chances. I got a horse in the race, I can say that. Yeah. Bulls threw you out, the air bears are trying to strike you. Yeah, there you go. The bulls threw you, the air bears swing down to strike you. The bulls go through you, the bears swing down to strike you. Yes, I was reading that crazy. Yeah, that's what they say. I read that in a book. Yeah, I read that in a book. Any questions? Y'all ain't got no questions for me? Let me get some water then. What do you think of SoFi? I think that company will be, we'll see, maybe I want to see a $40 on SoFi by the summertime. Stocks or crypto? BOFFUM, a lot of money, Mo, both of them. But me personally, I like companies, they solid, but cryptocurrency is something to not be slept on. So we're gonna take a little break, y'all. We finna take a 2-minute intermission. I don't care what y'all do. Go get you some water. Maybe you want to check your DMs, check another app or something. I don't fucking know. But I'm about to go get me some water. I'm gonna get me something to drink, and we're gonna take a commercial break. You feel me? And I'll be right back. But while I'm gone, I want for y'all that's here and want to just sit here and look crazy, don't look crazy. Study how to read a stock chart. I'll be right back. I'm almost back. Hold on, y'all. All right, I'm back. I thought I was going to come back and it was going to say 2 people left in the live. Y'all are phenomenal. Phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So since y'all stayed, we're going to transition into the part that actually builds real wealth for normal people, right? You ain't got to have a lot of money to get started. You don't. You absolutely don't. Let me go back to this. I like this. This is like a stock market version of Where's Waldo. I made this, y'all, this prompt. This is like a Where's Waldo. Can y'all find Ironworth Trader looking at? I'm just playing. If y'all look in there somewhere, you will see me in there trading. But yeah, trading is not the foundation. Trading is not the foundation. It's the roof. Where my shit at? But yeah, trading is the roof. The foundation is the protection, investing, you controlling your debt and credit strategy. If your foundation is weak, then you will trade emotionally. Some of y'all wonder why your trade's not going right. It's because you think that money is about to pay your mortgage. You think that money is about to pay your light bill. You need that money to pay for this. You need that money to pay for that. Your affairs is really not in order. Like if your foundation is weak, you will trade emotionally. You will chase. You will panic and you're going to blow your account. Before you using trading to solve your life pressure, it's like, let's figure it out before you do that. Because literally it's happening to you because you are using trading to solve the pressure in your life. So if your foundation is strong, then trading is going to become a skill that you can develop calmly. It ain't going to be nothing you got to stress out, pay nobody $5,000 fucking dollars to teach you how to do. Or an arm and a leg. Investing will become automatic for you. So let's build the foundation. I'm going to give you this wealth order so that you can understand it. overstand it, and understand it. This is the order that I want y'all to follow, right? It's simple. It's very simple. If you don't follow this, or if you are not already following this, then you only have you to blame. First thing you need is a small emergency buffer. Not a perfect one, but you do need a small one. Because if you don't have no buffer, that's room to fall, right? Room to land, cushion, right? Every time something happen, every surprise is going to become a credit card swipe, and that's going to keep you trapped. Maybe some of y'all like, boy, I ain't even got no credit card when some shit pop off. I'm just hit. We don't want that. We got to change this shit first before we even get you to the point where you can start investing. We want to get you there. We got to start somewhere. Second thing, you need to kill the toxic debt. Toxic debt is the high interest debt, the shit that grow faster than your income. It's fucking you up, right? Some of y'all got credit cards at 20 to 40%. This shit toxic. And if you investing but drowning in toxic debt, then you trying to run with the weighted vest on. It's all right, love. We're going to fix it. It's all right, love. We're going to fix it. Now, the third thing you need to do is you need to invest consistently. Not sometimes, not when you feel confident, but consistently. Fourth thing you're going to do is you're going to build credit the right way. So money will get cheaper for you over time. And running through all of this is protection, because building wealth without no protection is like building a house with no insurance in a hurricane zone. Like you bizound to drizound. That's the simplest order. Like I got more advanced information than that, but I'm just giving it to you simple. Your money should go into, it should be split up. Some of it go towards your liabilities and your expenses, and fun. Yes, you have to throw fun in there, because if you ain't having fun, what the fuck is you doing this shit for? But you shouldn't give all your money to fun. All your money shouldn't go toward liabilities and expenses, and you leave absolutely none for protection or for investing. Some of it has to go towards protection. If your car break down, you straight. If your house catch on fire, if your house catch on fire, you can replace everything in that motherfucker. If your car break down, you can get it fixed. If you pass away, you passing down a legacy. If your child pass away, God forbid, knock on wood, you literally can leave behind a legacy. If your parents pass away, they leave behind a legacy. If your business partner passes away, you have enough funding to carry on the business. It's called business insurance. If you have a trust set up, then you have a way to make sure that your legacy is intact. You don't own anything. The trust owns it. So can't nobody really, you can keep it protected from creditors and shit. And you don't got to deal with probate. There are things that you need to do to build wealth that you can do now that is not out of your reach, and it's not just for rich people, and it'll make your life better, and it won't stop working for you just because you tried it. Do the same thing that rich people do. Do the same thing that wealthy people do. It's not going to stop working just because you tried it. I really want to speak directly to the person in my chat who has been scared to invest. I don't know you personally. I don't know you on the outside looking in. Maybe you're not in the chat. Okay. Maybe you not in the chat. Okay. But I'm going to talk to you. Maybe you in the chat. Either way it go, I know you know who I'm talking to. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you going to be waiting forever. Your ass going to be grass. And the market going to always give you a reason to be scared. It's going to always be wars. There's going to always be elections. It's going to always be rate changes. It's going to always be something. The reason investing works is not because the world becomes safe. This shit work because over a long period of time, productive businesses grow, the economy grow, and money will compound. You don't need to be rich to get started. But you do need to start to become rich. Okay? You do need to start to become rich, but you don't need to be rich to start. Don't make me say that shit again like I'm Dr. Umar, y'all. For real. Amco, I can't even get you on the phone. Stop playing. Y'all is hilarious in the chat. All right, so I want y'all to understand and understand the real enemy. It is not the market. Okay? Sometimes it's you. What up, Regal Rose? He do repeat that shit 3 times. Talking about some snow bunnies never, black queens forever. He say stupid shit like that. But not Coach Price. Coach Price help whoever. And some people never. Some people never. Coach Price helps whoever. And some people never. No, I'm just playing. So look. The real enemy is not the market. It is delay. Delay. Y'all know what delay mean? Think about delay. Think about delay. Delay is what happens when you tell me not today, tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. When I got it, when I feel like it, come on now. This shit will kill your compounding. You won't get the compound. Every year that you wait is a year that your money didn't get to grow. Yes, you. So this is what I want you to know. You need to start small. And not just start small, you need to make it automatic. Even if it's $20 a week, $10 a week, hell, even if it's $5 a week, you need to make it automatic so your emotions don't control it. And don't just live for the rest of your life with that $5 investment, man. Come on now. Get your $5 ass on before I make change. That was a joke, y'all. I'm just playing. But for real though, up it. Do 5 when you just getting started, but eventually you wanna grow it. This is your money we talking about. Once you start to make your investing automatic, you stop asking yourself, should I do this? Should I invest this month? Hey, said, should I buy it? Man, listen, this shit need to just happen. If you asking me, yes, the answer is yes. Don't ask me. I'm going to tell you yes. And then when the shit drop, I buy more. Don't ask me. That's how normal people build wealth. Don't confuse investing with gambling, though. Do y'all hear me? Don't confuse investing with gambling. Don't confuse investing with gambling. I'm going to say everything tonight. I'm finna sound like Dr. Umar. I'm just going to say this shit 3 times. Very effective method because he beating it through your thick ass skull when he do that, Investing is not, I bought a random stock because TikTok says so. Investing is consistent contributions into diversified assets over time. That means I'm going to put money in again and again and again and again, spread out, not just in one stock, over time. That's the difference. Put a W in the chat if you with me. I just need to know you with me. You paying attention, you locked in, you got the message. You feel me? I need to know you got it. It's the right mindset that automatic investing beats emotional investing. You need to be automatic with this shit. W always, real talk. So do y'all feel like y'all debt free and y'all don't owe nothing? Y'all don't owe nobody? Do y'all feel like y'all debt free and y'all don't owe nobody? Good, Matthew. Keep it a buck. Far from it, Nikki. Hell no. Okay. So we're going to talk about that too in the simplest way. When you got high interest debt, it's like a hole in your pocket. A leak in your it's a leak in your boat. It's a leak in your bucket, right? It's a snake in your boots looking at it. Now, for real though, you can pour money in the bucket all day long, but the leak is going to drain out. That leak is interest. Somebody says, how do I pick the right ETF to invest in? Afro King. Right now it's 2025 going into 2026. They said, this is what they said. They said that AI can do everything that you can do, but better. Right? So I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people don't got faith in artificial intelligence. I feel that. I don't blame you. But a lot of this shit that we ask people, We could ask the same way we would go and ask Google, you can ask AI. You feel me? But you ask me on TikTok live and I answer that question, they will flag me and say that I'm doing something that I'm not. They'll try to say that I'm doing something that I'm not. And y'all hear what I'm doing. Y'all learning just like I'm teaching. We not here to fuck that up, right? Amco just let you know right out the gate. I don't even got to say nothing because the people in the chat got my back. So the goal, y'all, about debt is to not feel ashamed. Literally, don't feel ashamed about how much you in debt. The goal is to fix the leak. If you got a hole in your pocket, don't feel ashamed. Sew that bitch up, right? Step one is to stop adding to the debt. Step one is to stop adding to the debt. Step one is to stop adding to it. Step two is to start paying it down with the plan. Come up with some type of plan to start paying this shit down. I know you don't want to, but you got to. Step three is to keep investing while you do it, even if it's small, so that you stay in the habit. If you got credit card debt, you're not alone. Student loan debt, you are not alone. But I need you to hear this. You cannot out invest 25% interest easily. That is why debt strategy matters. It matters to figure out how much you owe. Yes, there is good debt. Good debt, that's a very good question, Amco. Good debt is debt that you go into to buy assets. Okay? Good debt is debt that you go into to buy assets. Initially, a lot of you guys thought that student loan was one of those type of debts. It could be if you paid the shit off, if you used it to actually make money from it. And not necessarily, Nikki, a real estate property that you rent out to someone else would be, though. A home, but not necessarily your home. Go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in that book, it'll tell you that his dad considered his house to be an asset, and it's not an asset. It's more of a liability. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. A liability is anything that takes money from you. Right. So if you invest, if you go into debt to buy an asset that is going to put money in your pocket, that's a good debt. But if you go into a debt to, and I want to put the B in the word debt so bad, y'all. You feel me? Some of these English words, I will butcher the fuck out of it. So please don't come in here trying to correct my grammar. I'm gonna say this shit however I want, and I'm actually doing a good job. I'm from Atlanta. Listen, you don't want to hear me talk slang like I really don't give a fuck. I'm speaking like I want everybody to understand. You feel me? But I will get to a point where I won't pronounce every letter and every word if I want to. And we use profanity over here. I love to fuck out some cuss words. So if you don't, you want to move the fuck around. You feel me? I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to try not to curse no more. I'm just playing. All right, so look. Credit. This my favorite part because rich people don't buy shit. Rich people are some of the brokest motherfuckers in the world. I know that sound crazy. Crazy, but they don't be paying for shit and they owe for everything they got. then they'll do some shit like go bankrupt to wipe away everything that they in debt. You know what I'm saying? Rich people, they use credit for everything. Yes. They owe $400,000 on their house, $40,000 still on their truck. Let's keep the list goes on. They got seven credit cards, business credit, personal credit, just all credit all around the board. See, credit is basically your reputation score with money. Good credit means money is cheaper. You get better rates, you get better approvals, you get better opportunities. Bad credit means more money, basically means money is expensive. Oh, sorry, real expensive. Bad credit is going to make money expensive for you. Higher interest, you got to make more deposits, you get less options. But the trap is people use credit to fake a fucking lifestyle. And that is the wrong use for it. A lot of us wasn't taught how to use credit. And now we are adults who don't even check our credit score. We don't give a fuck about what's on it. and we don't care about paying bills on time, and we don't care about, just the things that'll keep you or get you further in life, simple shit, you need to start doing. Like, go ahead and do a full, I want everybody, this your homework. For everybody that got fucked up credit, this is your homework tonight or tomorrow or this week, whatever, this weekend, however you want to do it. This is your homework. I need you to get a full credit report and let's go over everything on your credit report. Over everything. You need to find out every inquiry, everything that's holding your shit back. That's the first step. And get into the habit of checking it on a regular basis and paying attention to everything on it and managing it. Now that we got that figured out, we will start to dispute some of the shit that is on there using 2 words: consumer law. You, as a consumer, you have consumer rights. If you do your research using consumer law, you will never need nobody ever to teach you how to fix your credit. Use consumer law and you can fix your credit. What you consider messy credit? I consider messy credit is when you don't check your credit score. You don't even check your credit report. You don't give a fuck about what's on your credit history. You have no credit. Listen, you get a credit card and you buying stupid shit with it and then you don't pay it off. That's messy as hell. You feel me? Like, people get the credit card, they buy dumb shit with it, they don't pay it off. That's messy. Or messy credit is having like, oh, you mean like a number? I mean, shit, anything under 600 is kind of on the messy side. It needs some work on it. Anything over 600, you can work with. But under 600, you need to wake the fuck up and get to work. Like, let's do something about it. And you can do something about it. That's the thing. And people think that you can't. You can. Yes, Chrissy, I promise you it'll help you. It is a lifesaver. And you can use AI to help you. Follow the instructions. We live in a day and age of technology. My buddy said, why you telling people that shit? Because y'all need to do it. It don't, just cause I tell you to do it don't mean you're gonna, I can lead a horse to the water. It don't mean they gonna drink it. Sometimes I have to put the cup to their mouth and tilt that motherfucker for them. And like, come on now. I mean, shit. Use Chat GPT. Adrian. Looking at it, I almost started singing off for real. What was happening? Credit, when you use it the right way, it's simple. You can use credit for purchases you already planned. You pay it off on time, you keep utilization reasonable, and you build history. That's how you build power. Credit is a tool. It is not an identity. It don't mean who you is. No, it don't. It don't. A lot of us don't realize that a lot of stuff that we struggle to, that we want to do, that we can't do, you're supposed to use credit and then pay it off, pay the credit off. Some of us don't give a fuck about entrepreneurship and don't want to be entrepreneurs. And some of us don't want to be business owners. I get it, right? There's a book called the Quadrant, what did he call it? The Rich Quadrant. That's what it's called. It's by the same man that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he talk about the 4 sides of this shit. Let me see if I got a chart. Size of this shit. Let me see if I got a chart. 1 second. All right, that took about what, 30, 45 seconds. I think I broke my record. Hold on. The cash flow quadrant. 4 ways to produce income. Linear income versus leveraged and residual income. What the fuck am I talking about? Everybody in this chat, everybody on the outside of this chat, they are in one of these boxes. They in one of these boxes. They either an employee We ain't talking about the bum ass motherfuckers or the people who disabled or the people who, who don't got a job or whatever. We just talking about employees. You got a job, or you self-employed, or you a business owner, or you an investor, right? So if you have a job, no leverage, 5% wealth. The amount of active work determines your income. Your time equals money. You got to work 8 hours a day to make the bag. You got to work 12 hours a day, 10, 12 hours a day, 40 hours a week, damn near, to make the money. Okay. Right now, self-employed, you damn near got to work more than the employed people because you your own boss. Right? You don't really got leverage either. This is 95% of the population. The amount of active work still determines your income on the self-employed side. Your time still equals money. The business owner, you own a system, right? 95% of the wealth is here. Income does not depend on active work. People work with you or for you, right? OPM and OPT, other people's money and other people's time on the business owner side. And then when you're an investor, you own investments. Income does not depend on active work when you are an investor. Your money works for you. So you decide, how do you go from one side of this quadrant to the right side of this quadrant? You do not, it's okay to be on, I respect people on the left side of the quadrant. Don't get it twisted. But we want to get you guys, get you ladies and gentlemen to the right side of the quadrant, or at least get you dabbling over there. That's where you want to be. That's where the financial freedom is at. It's okay to start out as an employee or self-employed, but you gonna work till you gray in the face and your back hurt, arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, blip, 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 blip. Maybe you gonna give them all your best years. You might not get none of that shit. You might just get that company your best years and retire when you in your 60s or 70s from that company. So I don't like, how many of y'all made it to your 60s and 70s as an employee or self-employed and never really got to, feel the business owner aspect or the investor aspect, and you ready for that? It ain't too late for you. The guy that made KFC didn't get his shit popping until after he was 64 years old, right? And for the young people, you decide what part you want to be in now, right now, right now. You figure it out. Now I'm going to talk protection. I'm going to be respectful because some people, they act like we don't know everybody going to die one day. Everybody got to die. And is you the type of person that's going to make your loved ones pay for your shit? That's crazy, man. I love my mother. She passed away, but she did not have a policy in place. And I had to see what this felt like firsthand. And I would never be the same. And I'm like, you know what? It's too many kids out here that don't know. One day they going to grow up and they mama and daddy ain't got their shit together. And they may have to be the ones to do it. You might be the one to break the cycle. Are you the person that is set up to break the cycle in your family? You are the architect of your family's legacy. If somebody depend on your income, whether it's kids, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your partner, your family, then your income is an asset. Okay? If you not here, that asset disappears. The bills don't disappear though. The rent don't disappear. The car note don't disappear. Life insurance is designed to protect the people that you love from financial collapse if the worst happens. Somebody says, is it just me or is this live cutting out on everyone? Afro King is not just you. I deal with this every night. Yeah, it ain't just you, Afro King. My apologies. It's my weak ass connection. I'm in the middle of the cornfield. All right. Indiana. That's what we deal with out here in Indiana. And it ain't even really the middle of the cornfield, but Indiana itself is just one big ass cornfield. Now, I can help you get a certain type for a real good reason. I'm glad you do, Amco. Now, the reason why I promote term and sell term is usually because this is the simplest starting point for most working families. Everybody want to try to get you to buy whole life. You spending a whole lot of money on, and you not even investing on top of that So the goal is to get term and invest the difference, but do not forget the invest the difference part. Cause we want you to outlive the fucking policy. We don't want you to die. We want you to outlive the policy, but you're gonna get a lot more coverage for a lower cost when you buying a term. So you can often get the right shit that you need. You need a certain amount. You want to leave behind a legacy and pay all your debt off. You need a certain amount. That's why term is the one that you want to go with. Whole life is different, right? But for a lot of beginners, the mistake is not choosing term over whole life. And then the biggest mistake is not choosing nothing. Okay? If you want protection that makes sense for your situation, DM me. Okay, your phone number and your name and the best time to call, maybe your email address, the city and state that you in, so I don't call you when it's 3 o'clock my time, but it's fucking 12 o'clock your time. But do send your number if you need this, right? If you need this, inbox me. This is not a game. This is the most serious part of the live stream. But overall, we went over a lot tonight. I gave y'all the full wealth plan, If you are new and you don't have an investment account, inbox me. If you don't have life insurance, inbox me. If you need help to minimize your debt, inbox me. If you need credit repair, inbox me. I'm here. My inbox is open for everything I done talked tonight. It's open. Amco, you must know. Amco, you've been in enough live streams to know when I'm about to go. Amco, hear me doing my closing. Yeah, pretty much. I done been on here about 2 hours. You feel me? Gold hit record highs, telling you that safety and uncertainty are still a big part of the market story right now. We talked about how the Feds is supposed to be dipping funny in their they repo headline is telling us that liquidity management matters, especially around the end of the year. Remember, we talked about how they pretty much plumbing the market. We talked about Novo and how Novo is the company that owned the weight loss pill, and they I think that's a good time. They had a good buying level. We talked about Google buying an electric company and shit, and how they getting set up for to be a big part of AI. I'm just giving y'all a rundown of what we already talked about. We talked about Warner Brothers and they little takeover war and the Christmas rally. So if you want to leave this live with one feeling, I want you to know you are not behind forever. You are just missing a system, and the system can be built. If you have never invested, then your goal is not to get rich fast. Your goal is to start compounding the clock like we've been talking about. Even a little bit is going to help you when you consistent though. So if you trade, your goal is not to win tomorrow, right? Your goal is to survive long enough to become skilled. That's for now on out. Your goal is not to win. You want to survive long enough to become skilled. And if you got a family and your goal is not to hope for the best, your goal is to protect them with an affordable plan so your investing journey has a safety net. Don't sit around hoping for the fucking best. Don't wait for pie to fall out the sky. All right? If you want a better investing roadmap, DM me your phone number and your name, right? If you want the beginner trading rules and the risk plan, I got you. Inbox me. If you want to talk term life and protection, I got you in a simple way. DM me. If you want the full financial blueprint, investing, debt, credit, protection, just DM me. We not here to guess. We here to build. And if you want to know what it consists of, you would have just been here in the live. You would have seen, right? Maybe you might have to watch the replay. It will be available to you on YouTube. The replay will be on YouTube. I ain't here to impress y'all. We just had to go over a lot tonight, understanding how money work with the cash flow, the debt, the credit, investing, and protection. That is financial literacy, ladies and gentlemen, not motivation. This is a system. The reason this matters is because money has consequences, whether you pay attention or not. If you ignore money, you still pay the price, just later on and with interest. So tonight, we're going to stop guessing. We'll start avoiding and start building. I might stay on another 10 minutes if y'all can get me to 35K. Give me the 35,000 likes. I'm just playing. Like, love, don't do it, love. Don't do it, love. Love about to get me to 35,000 likes. I'm just playing. I just was talking shit. But yeah, I ain't gonna play with y'all. I'm gonna tell you what's going on in somebody's financial life with 5 questions, and you gonna answer them in your head. Don't even type it in. Don't type in the answer, y'all. Just answer the question in your head, and it's gonna help you. If your car broke down tomorrow, would that be inconvenience or would that be a crisis? Knock on wood. We don't want that shit to happen, but are you prepared? That's the fucking question. Inbox me. Let's get you together. Question 2. If you lost your income for 30 days, could you cover your bills without borrowing money from somebody? If not, we need to get your shit in order so you can. If you lost your income for 30 days, you couldn't cover your bills, inbox me. So, do you know your credit score? Do you know your credit score range within 50 points right now? If not, you're not monitoring your shit like you're supposed to be. Question 4, are you invested automatically? Are you set up to invest on an automatic basis, even if it's small? Okay, we got work to do. Question 5, if something happened to you, would your family's bills be covered for a period of time, or would they be scrambling trying to figure out what the fuck to do? You are the main one that needs to inbox me your name and your number. But I don't want to assume that you're going to ignore everything I'm telling you. I want to see that you actually did it when I end the live. At the bare minimum, I'm getting disconnected from y'all. At the bare minimum, hit the follow button, ladies and gentlemen. It's been nice. It's been a pleasure actually helping y'all out. But I just wanted to create urgency, not fear. I wanted to create urgency with math and reality. There is a penalty for waiting. Every month that you delay investing, you don't just miss out on the money you could have made. You missed out on the compounding that money could have made. Time is the one asset that you cannot refinance. And the same is true for debt and credit. If you got high interest debt, the interest meter is running whether you feel ready or not. If your credit is fucked up, the expensive money tax is being charged in higher rates, higher deposits, and more rejections. So understand this. Doing nothing is not a good move. Doing nothing is a decision, though. You deciding to keep paying them hidden fees and dealing with that shit. That's why I teach this. We don't hope that our shit get together. We don't hope that our shit just work out. We make it work out. We fix it. We build. We don't hope our finances improve. We build. If you are not investing, you are dependent on your working forever. You're going to work fucking forever. I don't want that for you. Like, your body going to get tired after a while. Your body got limits. Like, your body has time limits. Investing is how you build a second engine. The mistake that a lot of people make is thinking that investing means you need a lot of money. No, investing means you need to start a habit. The first goal is not big returns. The first goal is your identity as I am an investor. That's your first goal. You are an investor. You if y'all understand this, I graduate your ass right now. You're gonna go to the next grade. So I'm gonna say something that influencing you in the right way, right? You don't want to wake up 5 years from now and realize that you delayed compounding because you waited for the perfect time. The perfect time is when you decide to stop postponing your future. Inbox me. We're going to separate trading and investing. Investing is long-term ownership. It is slow. It's consistent. It's not emotional. It's not about being right today. Trading is short-term decision-making. It requires rules. It requires risk control. It requires small sizes when you're learning. Trading is optional. I can teach you that, but that shit requires a whole nother mindset. And it's usually the type of people that's like, hey, I don't got much time. Well, yeah, you don't got much time, but time ain't your problem. Your mindset is fucked up. You trying to make this shit like this. That's the problem. I want you to stop thinking I need to trade to get rich. No, you need to invest to build wealth. Trading is a skill that you can add later after the foundation is stable so you don't trade from desperation. Now, it is the Tuesday, December 23rd, 2:45 a.m. We are going to make today twice as good as yesterday and half as good as tomorrow. Okay. I teach financial literacy as Coach Price. I hope I've been a good host. Okay, I teach money management. I help people stabilize their cash flow, build a debt plan, improve credit, start investing consistently, and protect their household so that they can build without fear. I help people with a solid financial foundation. And for people who want it, I offer mentorship, meaning you don't have to figure this shit out alone. You're going to get structure and accountability and a step-by-step plan. Now, for those that don't know too, this is not Burger King. You cannot have it your way. Mentorship is speed. This is avoiding expensive mistakes. It's having me look at your situation and say, start here, not there. Do this next. Don't do that. If you tired of feeling behind, you tired of feeling confused, and you want a real plan you can follow, DM me. I got you. And if you want mentorship, if you don't want it, that's fine. But if you want to, inbox me. If not, it's cool. Still hit the follow button. I still DM me, and I still send you a free beginner checklist so you can start on your own. Either way, you leaving with a plan. Either way. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. You don't need to know everything, but you do need a system. You don't need luck. I just got upset with someone yesterday for saying good luck with your trading journey. I don't need luck. Amco, you got the phone number. You are a bill. Y'all start tonight. You are not just a worker, right? Starting tonight, y'all are no longer just workers. You are not just a consumer. You are a builder, and builders don't guess. Builders follow a plan. If you ready to move, inbox me. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.